The next fig I have my eye on is this reef fig here that's starting to swell. So today's July 3rd, and you can see the difference 24 hours makes. This fig is really swelling up, starting to take on color. There's the relative size compared to a quarter. So maybe this will be a 4th of July fig. I don't see any fig honey coming out of the eye yet. I should have left well enough alone, but I ended up picking it up, putting it on the bench here. So let's see if I was able to do it without breaking the fig off. You can see the color there. A bit more on this side. So this did end up being a 4th of July fig because it exploded. I'll show you in a second the other side. I should have known better. I watered it yesterday because the pot dries out pretty quickly. It gets pretty hot in this lean-to. So let's go take a look at the other side. So it does have cracking, but unfortunately it also started to tear at the eye and ripped open. So I better pick this before any bugs get in there and spoil it. Take this off here. Could have stayed on another day probably. Looks kind of dry in there. I was hoping to have some fig honey dripping out of the eye today. So let's weigh it. Oh, grams. $75 grams. So let's take a look inside. Looks a little disappointing. It's not like the one I remember a couple of years ago, which was just filled with fig honey. So let's give it a taste. Again, it seems to be pretty dry. Very subtle taste, no crunch whatsoever. Pretty soft, sort of melony in texture, or melon in texture. Not anywhere near what it was a couple of years ago. It's sort of like, again, the Armenian fig that I had. I don't grow that any longer. But it's refreshing to have something like this. More of a melony taste. Again, no seed, no crunch, soft skin, soft flesh. And although it looks dry, it is refreshing and it has a good moisture content. I prefer the darker figs with the tougher skin, more texture and crunch, and definitely the darker fig with the really more molassesy, richer taste. This is, again, more like a melon type of texture and taste and moisture consistency. So this is New England Gardening with a 4th of July exploding fig. Enjoy your 4th of July, and thanks for watching.